What's up my loves, my name is Paige, this is Paige the Page, and today we're going to be doing the Loki Book Tag. So Erik from Breakeven Books tagged a few of us that said we were interested in doing his original tag, and that turned out to be the Loki Book Tag. So he's created this, and I'll leave a link to the original video in the description box below, as well as the questions for this tag as well. I love Loki from my mythology sort of era. I haven't actually seen the show, I'm not up to date in the Marvel universe, so yeah. But I'm really excited. I love these questions, so let's dive in. The first question is Mischief, a book with a mischievous character. So I'm going with the one that tries not to get herself into trouble, but sometimes she just can't help it. I'm going with Anne from Anne of Green Gables by Ellen Montgomery. Anne is a great feisty character who, she doesn't want to be mischievous, but she ends up in a lot of mischief anyway, just with her personality and how feisty and fiery she is, standing up for what she believes in. There's two parts to this, so I'm doing the first one, which is variant 1, show a book you have more than one copy of. So Matilda by Roald Dahl, one of my favorite books. So yeah, I have quite a few editions. I still don't feel like these are all of them. I thought I had about 10. There's only 7 here. This one is my main read copy. This was for my school library. This is from the musical. Then the, what was it, 30th anniversary editions. So Matilda is an astrophysicist. Also, end papers, fucking stunning. And underneath are these beautiful editions with a quote. Then Her as a World Traveller. It's so gorgeous. These are my favourite end papers. And then that one. She travelled all over the world while sitting in her little room in an English village. I love these so much. And then finally, my favourite, Matilda as the Chief Executive of the British Library. Like, these colours are stunning. The end paper's fucking beautiful. And then underneath, she would sit and read most afternoons, often with a mug of hot chocolate beside her. So I just, oh, they're so stunning. And yeah, I was in the bookstore, I remember getting these. They were about $30 a pop, which, no, 35, which I thought was quite reasonable. And yeah, I saw them there. I could not decide. Obviously, I was leaning towards the Chief Executive of the British Library, but I just wanted all of them, so I ended up getting them all. And then I have a hardcover edition as well, which, to Cara, love from Mum and Dad. Huh, you're welcome, Cara. Yeah, it's very old, well loved. That was in 1988 that they signed it, so interesting. We can tell I actually looked through this. That's what happens when you randomly collect editions of books. But yeah, that's my Matilda stack. So the next question is Prune, a book you recently got rid of or planning to get rid of soon. So I'm going to be getting rid of The Lilac Girls by Martha Hall Kelly. I kept this for sentimental reasons. So I was doing a buddy read with Darshell from Books and Planners, Amy and Amber, and this just isn't my kind of book. So I don't want to hold on to it when I know that someone else is going to love it a lot more than I did. So yeah, that's why I'm putting it back in the sphere, but it was so lovely being able to do buddy reads with that beautiful group of girls, and now we've spread on to different groups. But yeah, I'll leave a link to Darshell's channel in the description as well. The next question is Enchantment, a book that I do under a spell, so it was unputdownable. So it took me a little minute to get into this, and then I think because I just wasn't prioritizing it, I kept prioritizing other books, but I shouldn't have. And that's With the Fire on High by Elizabeth Acevedo. Once I got into this, I read it in 2 sittings. Like, it was amazing. Elizabeth's writing is so poetic, even though it was written in prose. That's the one. So yeah, it definitely had me captivated. The story was so intriguing, and then the descriptions of food were poetic and absolutely stunning. The next one is Timekeepers. Name a series that stood the test of time. Bonus points if it's a trilogy. So I'm going with The Daughter of Smoke and Bone trilogy by Laini Taylor. I don't know if this stands the test of time, but I'm going with it. I adored this series. I read it semi-recently, like 2019. Did I finish it, or 2020? Either way, I got introduced to this and I adored it, so I'm going to put it. And yeah, it's a trilogy, so I get the bonus points. Ha! But yeah, I adore this series. These characters, like Rue, just has my heart and soul, and it it makes me so happy being able to have these books in my life. The next question is Asgard, a book with royalty or godlike figures. So I'm going with Oh My Gods by Alexandra Shepherd. I really enjoyed this. This is following Helen as she is a half mortal living in our world, and her family is Zeus and Apollo and Aphrodite, and it's just a mix of them trying to engage with the real world and struggling with that. Marvelous. Absolutely enjoyed it. Godlike figures, they are still the gods, but they're also godlike because they have to be in human form. Well, on Earth. The next one is Daggers, a book that cut you deep and made you emotional. Like anywhere on this shelf? I'm mostly referring to A Heart in the Body and the World by Deb Coletti. This book, it hit me in ways I didn't know I could be hit. The quotes, beautiful. And then on top of that, having to buy a new edition for myself hit me in the feels, just being able to rehab this in my collection, unfortunately without my tabs, but feelings is fine. Every time I look at it, I'm just so happy and so sad. And I'm a puddle of mush when it comes to this book, so yeah. And the final question is Illusion, a book you brought because you thought the cover was pretty, but it ended up being bad. So I'm going with Price Guide to the Occult by Leslie Walton. The more I think on this, the more I didn't like it. It was one of those books where I was drawn in by the cover, it was absolutely stunning, and then I thought I liked it, but no. I didn't want to let go of it because I didn't want it to disappoint me as much as it did, because I wanted to be able to love it and hold on to it and recommend it. I have now unfolded it because I realized that that was not the case. I was holding on to it because it was pretty, and whenever I looked at it, I got mad at it for disappointing me. So thank you, Erik, for tagging me in this. I had a blast answering your questions. It was quite challenging thinking of like all the little different aspects, but I had fun. And let me know in the comments, what would be your Timekeepers, the trilogy that stood the test of time? I'd be curious to get a few more trilogies on my radar. There were trilogies I could have gone with, but I'm definitely happy with my choice of Daughter of Smoke and Bone. The code word for today is YOUR. So make sure you note these down. I'm really excited to be able to announce what actually is happening, but you gotta wait a little bit longer for that. So yeah, code word is YOUR. If you like this video, feel free to give it a big thumbs up. And if you'd like to see more of this mess, I'm making a video every day for the month of August. So you can see lots of my face if you feel so inclined. Feel free to subscribe. And I'll hopefully see you in my next video tomorrow. Bye!